Okay, section 3 continues with parametric equations and motion, and there's a part of this I'm going to show on the calculator, but I'll show that in a different video. But what a parametric equation is an equation where the x and the y coordinates are defined based on a different parameter. Usually it's time, so even your calculator will set things up by doing this as a matter of time. And so, for example, if you look in the book at the bottom of page 522, they tell you that x is equal to t squared minus 2 and y is equal to 3t. And then they say, give you some limitations on the parameter. They say that t is between -3 and 1. So if I wanted to graph something like this, I could just go ahead and set up a chart and have what x and y are based on what t is. And so if I pick some values of t, of course it's all the real numbers between -3 and 1, but I'm just going to take the whole numbers just so you have an idea of what I'm trying to do here. If I plug -3 in here, I'd get -3 squared, which is 9 minus 2. If I plug -2 in here, I get 4 minus 2. -1 would be 1 minus 2. 0 would be 0 minus 2. And 1 would be 1 minus 2. For the y coordinates, I could plug in -3 and get 3 times -3, 3 times -2, 3 times -1, 3 times 0, and 3 times 1. So I have a bunch of points there, and I want to go ahead and graph those so that we can get an idea of what this thing is going to look like. We still graph this on the xy plane, so t will not be seen at all. So if my first point is at 7, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then -9, it's going to be way down here. And then I have 2, -6. And then I have -1, -3, -2, 0, -1, 1. And so what you'd see is that it's actually going to be partial parabola that opens to the right, and it would look like this. And if we filled in all the other real numbers in between, that's what the graph is. Now, I hope you notice that is not a function. If it would not pass the vertical line test, but I can go ahead and fill those things in. That is the full graph with the limitations that it's been given. Okay? Now, it's possible to eliminate the parameter on something like this. And this one is pretty much straightforward. I'm going to again erase the graph but leave the definitions here. If I used y in the bottom to solve for t, so I say that y is equal to 3t and then divided both sides by 3, I could just as easily say that t is equal to 1/3 y, or y divided by 3. If I now plug that into this equation, I could say x equals 1/3 y squared minus 2, or x equals y squared over 9 minus 2. And that's going to be a parabola that opens to the right. Now the problem is if you try to put that into your calculator in the normal mode, it's not a function, so it can't do that. But I'll show you how you can do that in another video. But so that's eliminating the parameter. I'm going to go through some other examples where we eliminate the parameter and go from there.